My life right now is a pale pastel palette of grainy, gritty grays. The day my husband entered the hospital through the emergency department was Sunday, November the 8th, 2020. At that time, I saw my husband for the last time, alive and looking healthy. The next day, he was moved from a regular patient room to the intensive care unit. I was not allowed to visit him in intensive care because I had had contact with him and he was a COVID patient. My contact with my husband was a phone call when he had the breath enough to make it. He was hooked up to tubes and wires. He was very uncomfortable and he let me know it, but he was very determined to beat this thing and get home to me. Somehow, Thursday, November 19th, things went south. One of the daughters called him after dinner and he told her he couldn't talk. And she later said to me that his voice wasn't right. And the next I heard anything was a nurse calling me about 2-something in the morning saying that he was in full code. For the first time I walked into ICU, got into the PPE, and was led into a room where my husband lay, already looking cold and yellow and waxy. He had an IV line running in that basically was keeping his heart beating until I saw him. He was not in pain. We have to assume that he knew I was there to say goodbye, which was so hard to do because it was unexpected and because he had always been a healthy person. 3 weeks before he got sick, he was playing 18 holes of golf. What happened? Darn the pandemic. I lost him to some virus that shouldn't even be here. Sitting next to what represented my husband, I used my rubber-gloved hand to stroke his lower arm, which is the part I could reach around the railing and the tubes and the wires. Couldn't pat his forehead, which I wanted to stroke, couldn't reach it, couldn't get to it. And I was mostly left with my thoughts. Here I am. This is it. What am I supposed to do? I prayed. I told God this was a good man, asked him to please take him. Asked him to stop my heart, take me too. Sat in silence, thinking, what do other people do? Am I supposed to be doing something? How long do I sit here? I managed about 2 hours. And then I told the nurse I was ready to leave. A time of solitude gives one a chance to look back on fond memories. It reminds me of the travels that we used to take, places we'd been, things we saw, memories we shared. Wedding of one of our daughters, first grandson, 1 year later, and a few years after that, baseball buddies. Here we are as a young couple in love, and here we are as an older couple in love. It was good to know I had so much support and that so many people cared and so many people missed Vince and so many people loved me. And it occurred to me that I wanted some sort of positive record of this incident. So I took a binder, which I already owned, and I labeled it Comfort 2020. I kept the sympathy cards. I cut them in half so I would have the front and the back of the cards facing. And I have a permanent memory of who wanted to express their feelings, their esteem for my husband, and their joining in my sorrow to share it. And I will keep this forever as a testament to how much he meant in so many lives. I lost a man who was 1 in a million. He was good, he was kind, he was loving, and he was humble. Well, what the pandemic has done to affect my life is made it more lonesome, made time irrelevant, made relationships dearer, and emphasized that if we care about one another, we all have to support one another. We will get through it.